All right, what's going on, Facebook? This is part 3 of 1 and 2 regarding document 264, 1936, Senate document 264. And I've entitled it, We're All Depleted, based upon the findings of an investigation by the federal government back in the 1930s. And the reason why this is important to us is because, you know, we're being told all these different things about how to be healthy and how to be well. But what we're not being told is what is our relationship to the basis for our sustenance, right? Which is the soil, the plant, the vegetable, the herb, the seed, the fruit, right? Because without that type of sustenance, everything that we are enjoying would not even exist if it did not start in the form of a seed planted in soil, okay? And if your soil is depleted, then that means that your vegetables are going to be depleted. Your seeds are going to be depleted. Your fruits are going to be depleted. Your herbs are going to be depleted, and therefore you are going to be depleted. And so any imbalance in the human body is going to cause some kind of cellular malfunction, okay? Because that's all sickness is a cellular malfunction. It's something that has been put in the body that shouldn't be there, and the body tries to get it out, or you are lacking some type of nutrient, and therefore the body is robbing one area to buffer another, and thereby causing an imbalance, and then you get sick again. Okay. Now, I don't think sickness is a bad thing. I think it's an indicator to let us know, okay, this is, you need to, do this in this area of your body. Okay. Another thing that's been lost, and reason why we're so depleted, is because we don't really have a relationship with our cellular terrain. We don't have a relationship with our tissue, our organs, our systems. We just don't, because we haven't been socialized to. We are all about what's happening on the external. And then when something happens on the internal, then we run to, the hospital, to the emergency room, to our family physician or our doctor or urgent care to help for them to what? Fix us. And when they fix us, what do? Do they give us herbs? Do they give us seeds? Do they give us fruits? Do they give us vegetables? Do they give us some kind of natural restorative? No. Their baseline is something that was made in a lab, a drug, a drip, a pill, a potion, a narcotic, some type of vaccine, or some type of surgery that's going to require something to be removed, right? But we're never getting to the root cause of why the physical problems are happening, okay? Also, you're being told that, sickness jumps from one person to another, okay? Well, if we take that position scientifically, right, that disease jumps from one person to another, then we got to look at all the diseases, right, in that case. And where is the responsibility for the individual? Okay, are you responsible for your health, or is my neighbor responsible for my health? Right? Is my neighbor responsible because he might be sneezing over there, and I'm not responsible because he's sneezing, and he may sneeze my way, and all what he sneezed, the particles fall on me? Is it my fault that happened? And is he to blame if I get sick? Right? That's what we're being told. You know what I'm saying? So the question is, what is your responsibility? Okay, what is your responsibility keeping this in the best shape possible? I'm not talking about the physical. That's like 20%. I'm talking about the 80%, which has to do with everything inside the body. Okay. The reason why we are so depleted, the reason why we are so sick, the reason why we are so fat in this nation, and the reason why we are so ignorant is because we have been socialized in this condition. And so when the media marketing campaign, the fear porn, comes out with their new boogeyman, you don't run to your farm, your local farm, your local herbalist. You're running to something that came out of a lab. you know, and then you've done that, and still a lot of you guys who've taken that route, you still sickly, you still got problems, you still not 100%, right? And that's just reality, and it's because of how you've been tricked. Okay, so we are all depleted. What is it? What is going back to? Document 264. But before I jump into that, I want to go real quickly and just give you guys a quick testimony about my personal enhancement, you know, as a man. I was looking at a documentary the other day called Game Changers, and it was talking about these people who went plant-based after eating a meat-based diet for protein and so forth, and how their attributes physically and fitness just improved. And I was shocked to find out, because this was a pointed thing. He may have brought it out before, but Carl Lewis, when he was breaking records, was the oldest sprinter at 30 years of age to break a world record, to set a world record. And when he set that world record, he had went plant-based. Okay, I did not know that, and since then the brother has been, you know, a plant-based vegetarian. And the whole document or the whole video was talking about these people who are strong as, you know, like just super strong, super fast, you know, have all this endurance simply by relying on plant sustenance as opposed to animal nutrients or nutrients found in animals. And basically it was just making a point that, listen, when you go plant-based, you do better. Okay, I'm living proof that when you go plant-based, you do better. Okay, I didn't know how good it could get, but I'm starting to see that now, because as of the 27th of this month, okay, going back 30 days, I started to reintroduce into my fitness routine doing muscle ups or practicing muscle ups. Okay, that's when you get up on the bar and you pull yourself up and then you pull yourself over, okay, and in a stance where you're just, and your hands have you supported, okay, your arms are supporting you above the bar. All right, that's one of the most coveted calisthenic moves in the culture. Okay, it's like the beginning of starting to master your body. You know, pull-ups is like I would say it's like the primary. You know, when you get to a muscle up, it's like intermediate, and then it moves to advanced. All right, and so what happened to me was a result of just an enhancement or an adding of a nutrient that I was heretofore ignorant of. Okay, just like when I was juicing a while back, and I was just juicing like a few different vegetables like carrot, apple, beet, and that was what I was my go-to: carrot, apple, beet, celery. Okay, that was my go-to for a long time when I was working at UCLA. Well, even when I was doing that, I still felt that there were some issues with my knees. I still had some problems that were going on. I didn't quite understand what was going on, and then I switched to superfoods. I was introduced to superfoods, and when I was introduced to superfoods, then those problems in my knees, the weakness, it went away. And so I realized that, okay, there's something more to combining the nutrients that will help explode, you know, my ability to stay young longer, healthy longer, immune strong longer, right? And then my sexual prowess will remain, you know, youthful. All right, no diminishing there. Testosterone higher, okay. Fertility higher, all right, as a result of staying plant-based, and not just plant-based meaning eating, you know, cooked, baked, boiled, fried, vegan meals, but no, I'm talking about just raw sustenance, okay, either liquid, smoothie, superfood, okay. And as of late, I've done superfoods. So again, let's go back now, and what I want to share with you is what I believe is taking place, and this I'm going to show you the science on this, okay, because you guys know I've been talking about fulvic acid. Document 264 talks about the depletion of the soil. What the government was doing was investigating these food corporations and their agricultural practices, and they found that they were not replenishing the soil. Okay, they were not letting the microbes break down the dead plants and so forth. So the the soil could become refertilized. Well, this was a problem because it was robbing the fruits and vegetables of the nutrients that they need to give the person eating these foods or buying these foods proper, adequate nutrition. And so from 1936 all the way down to 1964, there was this great decline in minerals in the soil as a result of these agricultural practices, or corrupt agricultural practices. And what had happened was, when these food agricultural companies finally figured out that, okay, they caught us, right? They began to kind of sweep it under the rug about really changing their methods. And so from that time to now, nutrients in the soil is horribly depleted. And on the other hand, I'm just giving you like I'm kind of bringing you up to speed on what I was talking about. And as a result of depletion of the soil, okay, the minerals in the soil, disease on the other hand has escalated. Okay, and everybody I've been studying, researching, and listening to on this point are all saying the same thing. I knew about this, but there was one component that I did not know about, and that was not brought out in the 1936 Senate document 264, which was the folic acid. Okay, and I think what I was doing was, I think I did like maybe 5 when I first started in June 27th, and I was barely just getting up and over the bar at that time. And from now to that time, I just been practicing. And prior to June 27th, I had been taking folic acid, okay? And that's when I found my energy increasing. So I figured, let me go ahead and heighten my game on my pull-ups and try to get myself over the bar. And so that's what I did for the first time in 5 years. I hadn't attempted it since I was like 47. That was on June 27th. Well, you take June 27th and you go forward 30 days. I'm practicing. Come down to July 27th, okay? Which has been a month after I did my first muscle up, right? And some of those I was struggling, hit and miss and so forth. And I got it all on video. And so, but when it come down to July 27th, I just gotten better. I gotten so much better. I gotten stronger. I got my technique down. My form was better. And I'm still improving. But on the 27th, unlike what I experienced my first shot or my first practice runs of trying to get a muscle up in, getting only 3, I did 20 straight. Okay, meaning up and down the bar, jumping up, pulling myself over, coming down, jumping up, pulling myself up and over and down. And entering the culture again, what I've done is that's kind of made a theme for myself: color, muscle ups by color. And so, guys, what I'm saying to you is this. Okay, and I said this before: if you are getting older and you're not getting stronger, you are doing something wrong. Okay, if you are getting older and you're not getting stronger, you're doing something wrong. Okay, if you are getting older and you're not eating the right way, okay, you're doing something wrong. Okay, if you're getting older and you're not drinking the right way, liquid, you're doing something wrong. Okay, if you eating every day of your life and you're not getting better, you're doing something wrong. If you're not exercising, okay, if you're not doing a little bit, 30 minutes, okay, what can you expect from your body if you're not, keeping it conditioned? Your body requires conditioning. Okay, I'm not talking about being extreme. I don't believe in the whole 2 hour, 3 hour. I don't believe in all that. I believe in keeping a minimum of 30, maybe 45 minutes. But I keep it like at a 30-minute, unless I'm rebounding, and that's only when I'm advertising. Will I go like an hour and a half? But that I take breaks in between. Okay, but this is the thing that we are all seeing in the last 100 years of our parents, grandparents, even our aunts and uncles, people just aging horribly, wrinkles, weakness in the joints, having high blood pressure, diabetes, Crohn's disease, just the worst type of illnesses. And it all goes back to how we have been conditioned, okay, in terms of what we eat and what we don't eat, what we know and what we don't know. And what we don't know, I know that most of you reading this, watching this right now, have no clue about document 264, okay? And if you do, kudos. But I know for most of y'all, that is not happening, okay? I already know, because if you did know about it, it would be the talk of it would concern you enough to bring it up and talk about it, because it pertains to your health and wellness. And it's a very serious thing, because you're expecting when you go to the store and get food that food should have the sustenance in it to keep you healthy. But it's not, because you're obese. It's not, because you got high blood pressure. It's not, okay, because you got poor energy. It's not, because you got erectile dysfunction. It's not, because you go run around with migraines. Okay, it's not, you got varicose veins. It's not, you got hemorrhoids. Okay, you got all these problems happening, and you don't know why, and you go into medicine to fix it, and all they doing is giving you a symptomology protocol. No, take this, it will help the symptom. Take this, it'll give you temporary relief. Man, I don't want temporary relief. I want healing. Okay? And I can't get healing from something I take, because that's what my body creates. That's another thing we got wrong. We think that we're going to take something and our body's going to heal from that. That's not how it works. The relationship that we have with our autonomic nervous system, our self-healing body, is that you figure out what it needs to heal itself. That's how it works. Because you don't take something and your body just heals from that. No. You take something and then your body takes that and it creates the healing process. That's how it works. It is a relationship, and this is what we've lost. So how was I able to get from doing 3 muscle ups to 20 in over 30 days? This is how it happened, okay? And when I learned about fulvic acid, I'm gonna give you the short of it on this one here before I go back and talk a little bit more about document 264 and why we're all depleted, okay? So one of the benefits of taking fulvic acid, and this is it right here. Okay, so this is it right here. This is my little 1 ounce bottle. I got 2 of them. Okay, and this is 120 servings, y'all. It's a long time. Okay, so what it says here is, and this has been my experience. My experience has been this very thing right here. This is what when I say take off, I'm talking about the energy to boom, get up there, explode over the bar, and hold myself up. That's what was happening. Okay, so fulvic acid has highly active carbon, hydrogen, molecular oxygen. That means available oxygen, and enables better electrolyte balance. It recharges cells, allowing them to carry an electrical charge longer than normal and survive longer as a cell. Okay, we're talking about living longer, having more energy longer, right? More stamina longer. Your body must get enough electrons to keep the cells at a healthy, healing voltage, okay? Remember, we talked about this, I brought this out, that you were created to be what? Strong, I keep forgetting it. Oh my gosh. It's strong, I'll get it. I forgot. I'll figure it out in a second. Your body must get enough electrons to keep the cells at a healthy, healing voltage. Notice this now. This whole thing about voltage, all right? Your body must get enough electrons to keep the cells at a healthy, healing voltage. While proper nutrition is a critical piece, it is not enough without voltage. This is where fulvic acid comes in to help. Fulvic acid brings molecular oxygen into the body, because the most important nutrient is what? Oxygen. Increasing the oxygen concentration, okay? Here's a biochemist named Carolyn Carter, okay? And what she said on this is fulvic acid molecules act like mini batteries, going around and charging everything it comes in contact with. It raises the voltage. It's like when you know those lights that you can have the switch where you turn it up, okay, and you can go low or dim and then the high. It's like that, okay? So what I experienced on just getting up over the bar was my first enhancement of the fulvic acid. But as I began to practice, I was actually improving upon that first couple of bouts up and over the bar till now I can just get up there and I don't even miss, okay? doing 5, 10, 15, and 20, which was a little bit much because I made myself sick by doing 20. I actually went overboard because I was so excited. I made myself sick. But anyway, fulvic acid molecules act like mini batteries, y'all, going around and charging everything it comes in contact with. It raises the voltage. When our cells, check this out, y'all, when our cells membranes are fully charged, nutrients, notice now, nutrients can get inside the cell more easily. So what was happening to me? Look, y'all, look, I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm all excited here. And this is a good thing. You know, y'all, you really need to have someone in your corner or someone in your sphere of influence that's like doing it. Don't be talking to me if you ain't really doing it, okay? You need to be doing it. Show me your proof. Okay, you healthy? Well, show me that. Show me how that translates to real time when you're in a fight, flight, fall, or play situation. Because that's when your physical fitness really counts. And if you're healthy but not putting the two together, then you're not really complete. So what I'm talking about is a complete package. I'm talking about the health side and the physical fitness side, okay? And the fitness, the foundation of the fitness is in nutrients. It has nothing to do with me, being biological or being genetically fit. No, my genetics has nothing to do with it. You control your gene expression by by your lifestyle practices, okay? That's what epigenetics is, okay? Controlling your gene expression. So how have I controlled my gene expression for over the last 30 years? By sticking more so to plants, and now in the last, 10 years, it's been superfoods and raw juices. That's how I've been able to control my gene expression, so I can go out now and challenge myself and do these way out, crazy fitness moves that are more so indicative of somebody in their in the late teens or early 20s. Here I am at 50 killing the game, okay? And not because I'm better than the next person, guys. It's not even that. It's because of the nutrition, the high voltage nutrition that opens up the pathway of oxygen to get to my cells quicker and allow nutrients to fuel my body. That's giving me the edge. That is giving me the edge. When nutrients are inside the cell, they are available for biochemical processes that support our wellness. So it's not just the fitness, it's the energy, it's the nutrition, the immunity that's happening to keep me healthy, the cleansing and detoxification all at the same time. So let's go back now, a few minutes left here. Look at document 264 really quick, the high points on that. Really important. So basically, this document was reproduced in its entirety from the United States government printing offices in Washington, D.C. Some editorial comments have been added and some text bold in emphasis. The editorial comments are placed within brackets and italicized for identification. Senate Document 264 was written in 1936 and submitted as a part of a congressional investigation into U.S. farming practices. The leading authorities of the day had been sounding the alarm. Notice the leading authorities of the day had been sounding the alarm that depleted soils were causing a significant decline in the nation's health. Again, the leading authorities of the day had been sounding the alarm that depleted soils were causing the significant decline in the nation's health. And this is the missing link right here, okay? What in the soil was depleted? That's what we really want to know. We want, okay, depleted soil, but what in the soil, right? Evidenced by the steady increase of degenerative diseases. How many degenerative diseases we have today, okay? But when Congress saw the price tag on repairing the nation's farm range soils, they swept their own investigation under the carpet. Okay? So they knew about this, and I've sent this to some of you guys. They knew about this back in the 1930s. Okay? So you can read that document 264, just look it up, Google it, and you'll find it there. And it says here, do you know that most of us are suffering today from certain dangerous deficiencies which cannot be remedied until depleted soils from which our foods come are brought into proper mineral balance? What minerals? What do we need? The alarming fact is that food, fruits, vegetables, and grains now being raised on millions of acres of land that no longer contain enough certain needed minerals are starving us. The reason why you're sick is you being starved. Okay, you're eating all this food, but you're being starved. You're not being fed. You're still sick. You're still fat. You're still low energy. Okay, you're not functioning at the highest level, no matter how much we eat of them. It says here. This talk about minerals is novel and quite startling. In fact, a realization of the importance of minerals in food is so new that textbooks on nutritional dietetics contains very little about it. I ain't even talking about it in the schools of learning. Okay, that's what it's basically saying. Okay, so your carrot of today is not the carrot of yesterday. All right, and I think this is the thing that stood out to me. And I'm gonna switch over to the other article. Well, I got a few minutes left. No longer does a balanced and fully nourishing diet consist of merely so many calories and certain vitamins, or a fixed proportion of starches, proteins, or carbohydrates. We know that it must contain, in addition, something like a score of minerals. Okay, so you can't just go in thinking that if you eat this fruit and vegetable that you okay. Document 264 saying that there was a problem in 1936. That problem continued all the way down to today. And as the minerals goes, so the disease on the other hand has increased. So if you're suffering today, it goes back to this, even down to the common cold. Okay, all right. Dr. Linus Pauling, and I'll bring this out all the time, said it well. Nobel Prize winner. Every disease, sickness, and ailment is linked back to a mineral deficiency. Okay, and there's so much evidence supporting this today. Now going on. Okay, this was one of the most powerful statements in this article here. It says, it's bad news to learn from our leading authorities that 99% of American people are deficient in these minerals. What minerals? I asked you the question, what minerals? Okay, that's what they were talking about even in this, okay? Science didn't get that far with that, all right, until today. All right, going again, it's bad news to learn from the leading authorities that 99% of us American people are deficient of these minerals, and that a marked deficiency in any, notice, a marked deficiency in any of one or more important minerals actually results in disease. Okay? So you ain't hearing that on the news, and you're not hearing that from people trying to do this to you all day long. You will never hear this from the person that you're talking to at the emergency department, the nurse, or the doctor on call at that time of the night, or the emergency doc, okay? Or the floor you about to get transported to if you got to go, if you get admitted to a floor, cardiology, oncology, right? Med surg. I used to work at all of them, okay? Med surg, or you got to go down to vascular, right? Or you got to go to psych. They're never ever talking about this, okay? And this is the heart of the problem, y'all, right here. Okay, and there are loads and loads of documentation about this very thing. It's just that it's not being presented to you, so how would you know? Okay? So it takes a person like me that is charismatic about all this, and I want to share because, hey, I'm benefiting and I want you to benefit too. All right? So, any upset of balance, any considerable lack of one or another element, however microscopic. You know, when God said we fearfully and wonderfully made, our cells don't miss a beat. They are looking, when you put something in your mouth, they're looking for the vitamins, the minerals, the enzymes, the electrolytes, the amino acids. They're looking for all that. And if it's not there, cellular malfunction. Okay? That's why it says here, any upset of the balance of any considerable lack of one or another element, however microscopic the body requirement may be, we sicken, suffer, shorten our lives. You want to know why I'm anti-aging? Because I found the answer, y'all. I found the answer, and it's in the minerals. That's why fulvic acid. So now going on to my this article that I found. Okay, this is from I'm going now to the Foundation for Alternative and Integrative Medicine. And they start out with a beautiful scripture here. It says, in the beginning, the earth was blessed with rich, fertile soil and lush vegetation. Talking about God now. In the beginning, like God created the earth and was blessed with rich, fertile soil and lush vegetation. The soil was teeming with microbes, bacteria, fungi, what they telling you to run from. Boy, you know, we need all that. We need to be in balance with all of this, okay? We out of balance. We don't even know what it is. That's how far gone we are. And I don't even know a lot of this. I'm just learning it now. But the little that I'm learning, it's like, shoot, this is golden right here. It says, in the perfect cycle of life, microbes in the soil break down dead plant material and create substances and nutrients that nourish plants. When humans eat these fruits, these plants, we enjoy the nutrients that they provide. The microbes in the soil make the hidden treasure called fulvic acid. Boom. Let me read that again, okay? In the perfect cycle of life, microbes in the soil break down dead plant material and create substances and nutrients that nourish plants. Plants got to be nourished first before you're nourished. Then we humans eat these plants. That's the cycle, okay? The food is planted. It then begins to nourish from the soil, okay? That's what the plants do, provided these microbes are there. And in a perfect world, they have always been there, okay? And still are there, okay? When we humans eat these plants, we enjoy the nutrients that they provide. The microbes in the soil make the hidden treasure called fulvic acid, y'all. That's what they make. So in going back to document 264, the depletion of the soil, this was what was going on. It was the depletion of fulvic acid. Fulvic acid is not a vitamin or a mineral, and science cannot synthesize this substance in a laboratory. Our bodies require it for optimal health, but we no longer get fulvic acid in adequate amounts from our food, okay? While scientific research is growing in support of fulvic acid, there are less than, and Dr. Ivy is big on talking about this. You know, one thing she brought out last night, shout out to Dr. Ivy, was the fact that, look, we got the internet. None of us should be ignorant. You ignorant because you want to be ignorant, or you ignorant because you just lazy and you don't really care about, you know, how highly you could function if you just had a little bit of knowledge and took that knowledge and put it into practice. Okay, so what she keeps bringing out is these studies from PubMed.gov. It says one needs to dig. Notice, one needs to dig. Bible says, study to show thyself approved. One needs to dig around to find fulvic acid studies related to human benefits. I'll say it again. One needs to dig around and find fulvic acid studies related to human benefits. I'll say it again. One needs to dig around. You got to do the research. It's your body. This is my, look, I'm not doing this because I didn't do the research. I didn't just hear about this, say, oh, I'm going to take it, and that was it. No, I'm like, what is this? Okay, sounds interesting. Let me do the research. Let me write back to what I learned years ago about document 264. It's always been in the back of my mind, like there's something about this document 264. What is the deeper insight? Now, the deeper insight, which they didn't bring out then, was this, okay? And that's because science had not got that intricate in bringing that out, but now it has today. So I'm bringing the two together in a simple form where the average person can understand it, okay? Now, going back, it says there are less than 1,750 studies on PubMed. One needs to dig around to find fulvic acid studies related to your human benefits. But information and clinical evidence exists, okay? So it's out there. This is not just another supplement, but a powerful, life-giving substance that is quietly disappearing. Notice what I'm saying here, guys. It is quietly disappearing from our food, and this is taking a toll on human health, okay? Fulvic acid has been reported to rejuvenate health and bring multitude of benefits that are unmatched by any other natural substance. This, guys, is black magic. This is the liquid gold, okay? And there's a scripture text that says, in the last days, men would run to and fro, and knowledge would increase. And I think some of the increase of knowledge has to be discovering what is truth and what is not truth about health, okay? Just like we talking about this, the same thing about money. And I think Will Zanders were talking about this. You know, he brought out a point that it's a sin to be poor. You know, it's a sin to be poor, and that everyone should be rich, right? And I was thinking about that statement. I was like, dang, we really been taught wrong, you know, in terms of money. But then food's the same way. I was, as a Seventh-day Adventist years ago, I learned through Ellen White, who's the greatest, you know, health pioneer ever existed on the planet to date, going back to the 18th century. I mean, the 18th, was it the 19th? The 19th century, because it was in the 1800s. She said that it is a sin to be sick. Boom. It is a sin. And the reason why it's a sin is because there's enough information out there for the average person to be well from the time they're born to the time that they die. And the expiration, death was never meant to be experienced in disease. It was only meant to be experienced in sleep, in the form of sleep, not dying with some disease. Okay? So this is what we've gotten away from. This is what we do not know. All right? I'm going to bring this to a close now. Some of the benefits that I believe I'm experiencing, probably some I feel, some I don't. Folic acid enhances the body's absorption of vitamins and minerals, anti-inflammatory, anti-allergy, improves many aspects of eczema, speeds skin healing, enhances healing in wounds infected with drugs, resistant pathogens, protects against free radical damage as an antioxidant, anti-aging benefits, improves gut flora and the gut health, anti-diarrheal effects in animals and humans, improves energy levels. Okay, so that's the first thing people talk about. Reduces oxidative stress. Well, oxidative stress causes premature aging. Okay, and when you oxidate, you're aging. Okay, when you have an antioxidant like this, it prevents you from aging. So why am I aging so slowly? Because I eat a lot of antioxidants. Okay, useful in treatment of osteoarthritis patients. Shows antiviral activity, interfering with virus ability to attract a host cell, penetrate the host cell, and reproduce itself. Displays antimicrobial activity, displays antifungal activity, effective for the management of oral biofilm infections. Okay, some of the stuff you got to read, but I'm just going through really quick. All right, anti-aging effect. Now I'm totally like one of the people that definitely benefits from that. Anti-aging effect on skin, increasing fibroblast viability and reducing collagen degradation. Neuroprotective, improves memory and brain function, supports immune system, stimulates metabolism, cleanses toxins of heavy metals. Okay, as it brings nutrients to, it draws toxins out. Shows immunomodulatory activity, modulates homocysteines and pro-inflammatory mediators, linked to arteriosclerosis, promotes ulcer healing. So that's just some of them, guys. And I'm gonna cut it right there. I'm gonna put my link in the description for this. In my group, Well Fit for Life, you guys are gonna be getting more information on this because you guys are ordering. I'm actually recycling a lot of members that are in that group out of that group. Okay, and I'm only focusing on people who really, really want to change. Okay, now there are some groups you can get in for that aren't really focusing on guys that are getting results, but my group now is going to be more pertinent on focusing on people who are taking getting on board, taking the nutrients and getting the results. Okay, simply by following my example, because I believe, again, as a practical authority, I've been able to change the game and give somebody that's in their 50s hope to function on a physical level and on a level of being healthy, an example of how to do it. Okay, that's why I call myself a practical authority in the game. Okay, I have a wellness certificate. Okay, but even in the wellness circles, they ain't teaching what they really need to teach. Okay, you got to do your own research when it comes down to it, and you got to not only do your own research, you need to become a product of the product. So when I tell you I'm a product of the product, I can get out here and hit some muscle ups at 52, 53 years old. There are very few people who can do that. Okay, so that's what it means when it says, when you hear product of the product, someone who takes the nutrition and boom, displays the results. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. Anyway, guys, love you to health. Look for the links below in the comments. And if you are someone who's looking for fulvic acid or to more how you can get a hold on this, please type info in the comments. Okay, please know that when you do get back to me, I'll give you like a 2-for-1 deal. You buy one, you get the other one almost for free. Okay, with a $25 gift code. Okay, and like I said, if you get 2 of these bottles, that's 120 servings. Okay, or you buy the bigger bottle, but that's a long time. And then as you get these products, okay, don't just take the products. You need to start reading. Okay, you notice what it said here? This is just mind blowing. Oh man. One needs to dig and find fulvic acid studies. Okay? If you just taking stuff without really realizing what you're taking, don't stop. You're not connected, man. That's just that's like, you know, it's really you're functioning on a level of ignorance and you're not really connecting with your body. Figure out what it is that you're taking and know that it's actually doing what it says it will do for you, and look for those results. Okay, so when I'm taking stuff, I'm looking for the results. I'm listening to my body respond. I'm looking for the enhancement. I'm looking for the immune response. Okay, how does this make me feel? All right, and all I can tell you is that I feel cleaner energy and I get in better sleep. And everything else that's happening to me right now is a result of just what I'm reading, and I'm just validating it more and more and more. So that's my